Previously on input left.
He's just holding a weapon, right? So this is like John Kasich nervously holding a couple knives.
A gun or a few knives. Yeah. He's just taking like some kitchen knives out.
Butcher knives. Yeah.
Like...
All right. This is Joe and Will on our new series for Pokemon Diamond, the really best game ever that
critically acclaimed.
Critically acclaimed that is actually going to have a remake. That's how good it was.
Oh, yeah. It's so nice they made it twice. Oh, Dusclops is such a good Pokemon.
Hey, that's amazing.
Such a good Pokemon.
And maybe we can get an early Duststone with
I already have a name for this. Because it's a ghost type and it's female. Ruth Bader Ginsburg. They got too much.
I'm just trying to figure out if it's a compliment or not looking at that thing. But I think it's great.
The one problem with this,
notorious RBG.
Yeah. The one problem with this is that I don't know if I can weaken it. It's got really good special defense, so I can probably Twister it without risking a crit. But I certainly can't wrap it, and I can't scratch it with Copy Tops either. That is Kasich.
Last time we got 2 members to our party. Our starter, we were lucky with pretty lucky with a Dragonite right off the bat.
Oh yeah.
And then we encountered a Kabuto that or Kabutops?
Just a Kabuto, yeah.
Right, Kabuto, which really looks like John Kasich.
That wasn't crit. I was gonna say like, oh wow, I did risk a crit, but no, that wasn't crit.
Oh, I forgot. You know what? I just forgot that doesn't that move actually have increased crit rate?
No, Twister. No, it just has a chance to flinch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and actually, so you might have said in the last episode, like, why was Will so concerned about critting that Kabuto when Kabuto has battle armor and thus couldn't be crit? I'm pretty sure Kabuto can have another ability besides battle armor. Like, I don't think that's its only ability. I'm not sure what it is exactly. Like,
if the other ability is sturdy, it would be a little.
Well, because remember, sturdy in this game only blocks against one-hit KO moves. Like, that's all it does, which is not nearly as good as like Gen 5 plus sturdy, which does prevent it from being one shot. I think Swift Swim is its other ability, but I don't want to say that for sure.
Would Notorious RBG fit? I don't think
so. No, Notorious probably would.
Can you put NTRS RBG? Or just play RBG. I don't. Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I like the idea of Notorious RBG because this isn't just any RBG. This is Notorious.
She looks particularly notorious.
Exactly.
And also deceased.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, it's okay. This is great. So you're gonna heal up, right?
Oh yeah. So those are the first 2 encounters. Let's take a quick look at Notorious RBG. Mischievous, Hardy, makes sense.
That bleeds anything, makes sense.
Pressure, I'm pretty sure that's the only ability it can have.
Yeah, what a useless ability.
Fine. Nightshade is actually not bad at all for the time being. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Nice.
Alright.
The ghost types are just super strong, especially in the early game, because so many Pokemon only have normal moves. So it's just like it's immune to so many things. No,
we're forming a really powerful, perfectly balanced team over here.
As all things should be, yeah.
Yeah, very, very, very exciting. I think RBG will really lay down the law. And and like I was saying with randomized items, we could actually just randomly get a dust stone, right? Like pretty early.
Yeah. Well, one thing I did is I mentioned I randomized the the Pokemarts and the secondary inventories of Pokemarts, and in doing so, I ensured that every evolution item will appear in some mart, so that like we won't get locked out of evolutionary items for Pokemon. Now, Duskcloth actually does not evolve with a Dusk Stone. It evolves with a Reaper Cloth, but you have to trade it holding a Reaper Cloth. However, I removed trade evolutions in this so that we can still obtain a Dusknoir if we find a Reaper Cloth. We just use it like an item.
Oh, okay. Sounds great.
So I'm going to... I think I want to do a little bit of grinding to get these 2 team members in particular up a little higher level. It should be very quick, hopefully.
Okay.
I just want to turn off the sound for the time being while I do this because I'm going to speed it up and the sound will be really annoying if I do that. Yeah.
Okay, all right, here we go, right into the action.
Yeah. So, anything you want to talk about while we do this? Hopefully, it shouldn't be too intense.
Yeah, no. I want to talk about how relief checks are coming out, and with COVID, they finally passed that legislation. We were talking a little bit the other day. I think we made a little bit of a joke about it, but you were talking about how it's the Democrats negotiating against themselves again. And,
yeah.
This really made me think a lot about Obama administration, the healthcare battles. And
I don't think it's
thought,
quite as bad as that from what I've seen, but yeah, there's definitely some similarity there.
It seems like everything though is going to be this, moderates. Yes, those damn Margarets. Moderates arguing about with the base or the core about everything, and it's always just a loss for the people at the end of the day. But
yeah. So I think that the difference between this, I think, and the Obamacare negotiations is that a lot of those negotiations were made with Republicans to chip away at the bill, and then in the end the Republicans none of them voted for it anyways, despite all the concessions that Democrats made for them. I don't think very many concessions were made for Republicans here, which is good, but a lot were still forced by moderate Democrats, like unemployment insurance. I think the value of that was decreased pretty substantially, which is really bizarre, if you ask me, a bizarre thing to do in this time when people need help so badly.
I don't know, yeah.
And the checks as well are more prorated than they were before. There's a lower cap than was originally envisioned for them.
It's really I love this visual effect, and by love it I mean actually
you kind of despise it. Yeah,
I just hate it.
Actually, don't the Pokemon die from poison in this game, right? Don't they survive at 1 HP?
I think they probably survive at 1 HP.
Yeah.
But what a horrifying thing to just.
I think the American people are at 1 HP right now.
The American people are at 1 HP. Where's their Pokemon Center?
Where's their free healthcare? Their universal healthcare? Yeah.
I mean, really, when you walk into a Pokemon Center, you're treated no matter who you are. I don't see Nurse Joy asking you for an ID.
I don't see pre-existing conditions like a status condition being treated any differently, or Pokeras even. Yeah.
Exactly. She doesn't say go to the PC and register.
She doesn't say you're out of network here.
It's the Pokerus, that's the virus, right?
Yeah. That's the only pre-existing condition I can really think of. The closest thing we have to one of this.
Every status condition can be a pre-existing condition.
Yeah, I mean, certain abilities could be considered pre-existing conditions, right? Like defeatist or something, maybe. But
well, which one is that again?
That's it's not in this game actually. It's in Gen 5. It's the one that the sort of Dodo Bird, Arcan, and Archeops have, where when they're below half health, they their attack and speed, I think, are both halved.
Who's in this game with a real pre-existing condition? That's RBG Gets.
Slow start. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't do anything for 5 turns, and then he becomes the most broken Pokemon.
Well, I don't know about the most broken, but he becomes pretty good. Yeah. This Cloyster is actually kind of intimidating. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you might have to switch out.
I might have to just run from this thing. I don't think it's worth the experience. In general.
Yeah, so the American people, they don't have a Nurse Joy, they don't have a Pokemon Center, and it's pretty clear that relief checks are, not gonna get everyone. I think it's interesting, the conversation about extending benefits to everybody, including people with wealth. And yeah, obviously there's a lot of theory behind if you kind of just blanket have a policy benefit everybody, it just gets broader support and has more staying power. But yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm glad something's happening, but it's a shame for everyone who's struggling.
Yeah, and I mean, I know that we're mostly focusing right here on like the fact that moderate Democrats are really exercising their power to make things worse in this bill, but we can't forget at the same time just how ghoulish some of the Republicans have been here. I heard the other day that they introduced an amendment into the COVID relief bill, mind you, that would bar transgender children from participating in the sports that correspond to their gender, basically. Luckily, that motion didn't pass, but it came eerily close, 50-49.
Oh my god!
I think I heard that Joe Manchin actually voted in favor of it, and it was like Lisa Murkowski voted against it or something. I don't know. It's kind of a scary thought.
In a COVID relief bill.
In a COVID relief.
Well, I mean, if you ask Republicans, that's the cause of COVID, and if it exists, then equals immigrants and non-binary individuals.
Yeah, if we have any transgender or non-binary viewers listening in right now, I just want you to know that I think you should be able to play whatever sports you want, because it's really not that big a deal, especially like high school sports. You're like, come on. I actually have a hot take on this issue that I've shared with a few people. I don't know if I've shared it with you yet, Joe. And I don't expect to get full support on this hot take, but I do want to hear your thoughts on it.
That's why it would be hot.
It is why it would be hot, yeah. So my hot take is that we should actually abolish gendered sports in general and just have general sports where men, women, non-binary individuals can compete as they want. And I know that I know all of the common critiques of this, like the whole like, well, women won't get as much of a chance to shine if they're forced to compete against men, blah, 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 blah. I'm not saying this should happen tomorrow necessarily, but I think that is a long-term goal that we should strive for.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of merit to it. I think honestly, when you think about long term, right, gender barriers really become obsolete as you kind of like break down various kind of subsections of identity, right? And it's like, well, why are you? If your reason to divide by gender is sexuality, then why are you dividing by gender? And then if sexuality can be fluid, why does that matter, right? So you end up kind of, if you're really breaking it down logically, you end up arriving, I think, at the conclusion that
there's no point.
Okay, there's no point. With sports, I'm really curious about for almost everybody, right? The idea of any kind of biology affecting, like, impacting results is for normal people is not actually very much a part of their lives, but at the highest level, right? I'm curious how much of the difference is real and how much of it is it just like women have and people who are identifying as women have not had the same opportunities as and like there's not a large enough sample, right, of athletes. I don't know. Then I know, like, I think women's soccer teams are probably just as good or if not better than men's soccer teams at times, and so I'm
sure there are some sports where they do compete regularly against one another. Some sports, like, it seems like there should be almost no reason not to, like golf, but even like tennis, right? At a high level, you can have those athletes competing against one another. And part of me just wonders, like, how much of this is caused by women not being expected from like the moment they're born until they retire to be capable of competing against men, right? Like, if we were to change that in decades going forward, how might those changes be reflected,
I think there's probably the pathway is probably starting kind of sports by sport and thinking about where does it look like we're actually ready to break down that barrier. And like I mean, tennis probably is, I don't know why that barrier actually would exist. It doesn't really make sense given the nature of the sport. Is running different, right? Is are men at the highest levels consistently getting faster times? I actually don't know. I'm not a sports person, so
I think running is one what I've heard. Like like the 100-meter dash. That maybe there's just no way right now for the highest level women to compete with the highest level men. But again, if you break down the whole like cisgender, transgender, non-binary separation as it currently exists, then perhaps. Wait, did I not say? Oh, no wonder the text speed felt so slow. I'm kind of. I didn't say that. Oh, the battle style has also been shifted the whole time, but that hasn't mattered. I forgot to confirm because you have to confirm in this game.
Oh, isn't that a travesty?
No, it's a travesty.
I feel like you used that as a way to hit this game. All right.
Here, let me turn on the sound again.
Yeah, are you done?
I'm done with the grinding. That's just my hot take. I think it's an interesting thing to consider at least, and I think it might be a noble goal to strive for in the long term.
Yep.
Like in my lifetime, I think would be cool to see happen.
Ooh. Is this an encounter we catch or
no,
we already got
this is where we got Notorious RBG.
Right.
I'm not gonna fight this thing, it's gonna be a hassle. Alright, let's fight. I believe this guy should just have one level 5 Pokemon. Let's see what he's got.
Oh, you didn't make it's just gym trainers and rivals that have 6.
Yes. Yeah, I didn't make every trainer have 6. That would make this game take so long and we'd probably lose.
Alright, Tristan. Shroomish.
This thing like definitely has Absorb, so I have to switch.
This thing's evolution is one of my favorites. Brilliant.
Oh yeah, I agree. I think
cool.
it's really cool.
Like feisty boxing mushroom dude, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, Shroomish not too scary. Besides Absorb.
Well, if you level it up to level 50 or whatever, it gets Spore, which is like a 100% accuracy sleep move. So that's actually pretty good. But yeah, otherwise it's just like it just inflicts a bunch of status conditions against you. You know, it gets like all the powders, it gets Effect Spore as its ability. Sometimes it can put Leech Seed on you.
That's pretty wild. If you get Spore and you just outspeed all the opponent's Pokemon, I mean, you pretty much.
Well, that's the thing, right? Because like Breloom doesn't get it leveling up, but if you hold off on Shroomish's evolution long enough, you can get it. Not usually a viable tactic in most Nuzlockes, but it's more a competitive thing. But yeah, like you have Shroomish, you get Spore on it, you evolve it to Breloom, you give it like a Choice Scarf, you max out its Speed IV and EVs. And then you Spore everything that comes in your way. Now, if you're playing with like certain rule sets, you'll have Sleep Clause, which means you can only put one Pokemon on the opponent's team to sleep at a time. But in a lot of more generic rule sets, you can just kind of destroy people like that. By the way, one thing I wanted to mention. I have set it in the randomizer so that the opponent's Pokemon will be forced to be fully evolved starting at level 45. So towards the end game, we will not be seeing any like little Weedles or whatever, only Beedrills.
So, but as it is, right? Like we could just come across like a Nido Queen or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
I mean that's how we got our Dragonite. But yeah, the trainer's Pokemon will all be fully evolved after a certain point.
And you didn't add like. There's nothing from future gens in here.
No. It's not like a hack or anything. No. I'm actually gonna switch out because if this thing has Bite, I just realized it could be a little scary. It's only level 3, but I don't want to take any risks.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the what is it, Omega Mawile?
Mega Mawile, yeah. Luckily, that's not in this game. One of the strongest Pokemon ever conceived of. It has huge power. It's a Steel Fairy type, excellent typing. It gets access to like Play Rough and Iron Head. An obscenely strong Pokemon, I think it's fair to say.
Oop. That's not. Oh, that's you. That's Kamala.
Yeah, Kamala's laying down the law. She paralyzes people that come across her.
Battle Revolution. Have you played it? Have you had a chance?
No, I haven't. I'm familiar with it. I know it's like the you connect your Gen 4 games to it and you see like 3D battles or whatever, but I haven't played it myself.
Yeah, I mean, so basically, there's a campaign mode where you're battling a bunch of people with like a custom with a set you're provided with, I think. And
it's like Pokemon Stadium in that way,
Right.
right?
But obviously the main core of it is like bring your own team onto there and place someone else, and it was a huge thing because unless you played like Pokemon Stadium, and a lot of people joining around this time did not, and I certainly didn't.
Right.
My first game was, let's see, I played Fire Red, and I watched my little brother play Emerald, but you saw your Pokemon animated in 3D and having multiple battle animations and all the moves having like really, some of them pretty like insane. Like there's a seismic throw. It shows like the opponent's Pokemon in outer space.
Yeah, like in the anime.
Falling back down to Earth, right? But one of the best things about this game is the narration, and it almost reminds me of like Smash Brothers announcer. And every attack, sounds so dramatic, and it goes like, decimated by blast burn, destroyed by roar of time, and
so they're like a washed out by surf sort of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know how many of these were real ones, but
No, yeah. But it's similar to Stadium had that too. A lot of like hilarious voice lines, as I recall. Yeah.
So having your team though, and like bring in my original team was Empoleon, definitely the best of the three starters. Lopunny, right, which is a really weird Pokemon when you think more than 5 seconds about it.
Gen 4 has a lot of furry bait in it, and Lopunny is one, Lucario is another. Yeah, you gotta watch out for that.
Lucario is a great Pokemon. But yeah, for some reason, I don't know, as a kid, Lopunny and Empoleon were my two kind of mains, and I don't know how Lopunny made it. I think it's because Veneri is a cute Pokemon, but
sure,
and it just sticks with you. But Lopunny is like a little disturbing. Whatever. Yeah, I certainly later in game got my Breloom traded. But Ooh, here's one I really like too. Bronzong.
Yeah. Bronzong's pretty cool. I don't like Bronzor very much at all, but Bronzong's cool.
Yeah, Bronzong is good. Who's Beaveril? Obviously not actually a good Pokemon, but
hey, Beaveril is not bad in a Nuzlocke setting. I'll have you know, yeah. It has a huge move pool. It's a decent typing, honestly. Normal water, decent stats. Don't sleep on it, is all I would say. But yeah, in a competitive setting, sure, it's not very good.
Alright, take out this youngster Logan.
Yeah, don't poison point me, bro. Don't poison point me, bro.
It's gonna happen.
Okay.
Actually, you're rock type. Can you even get poison?
Yeah, steel types are the ones
who
are poisoned. And poison types as well.
Well, you can't poison something that's venomous. That just doesn't make sense.
No.
Oh, there's another narrated line. Dialga is exerting its pressure. Which is so dramatic, but
for such a lame effect in some ways, yeah.
Why do all the most powerful Pokemon have this really silly ability?
I think it's largely meant to make catching them more difficult, to expend your power points faster.
Or PP, if you will.
Yeah. Or PP if you prefer. Yeah, I think that's the main thesis behind it. But a lot of once they came out with Dream World abilities, which later became hidden abilities, a lot of legendaries now have pretty solid abilities besides pressure. Not all of them, but some.
Is there a way to get those abilities now outside of because obviously Dream World is no longer.
Yeah. Well, in Gen 6 they made them into hidden abilities instead. Previously, you're right, you could only get them by putting your Pokemon in the Dream World or whatever, or catching Pokemon from the Dream World, something like that, and transferring them to your game. But now, there are ways to get them. They've made them even easier to get over time. Initially, you had in Gen 6 they had the Horde battle mechanic, right?
Mm-hmm. And
you had a higher chance of finding a Pokemon with a hidden ability in a Horde. Oh, that will get us a Porygon Z if we have a Porygon too. And then in Gen 7, I think they had the SOS mechanic allowed you to get hidden abilities easier, I believe. And in Gen 8, they actually introduced like a hidden ability capsule that just lets you like switch your Pokemon's ability to its hidden ability. So they made them easier to obtain for sure. They've slowly reduced the barrier to entry in terms of getting like the sets you want on your Pokemon, which I like because I always didn't really like the idea of like to get the best Pokemon you kind of just have to like throw away the ones that you have an emotional connection to. Now they've made it a lot easier to just like take the Pokemon you originally caught and turn them into the Pokemon you want them to be.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, with EVs and IVs, right, as well.
Yeah, like you have bottle caps to change your IVs.
Right.
They made it a lot easier to reset and grind for EVs. So yeah, for sure. So we don't want to go to the right of Jubilife just yet because that's where we'll be confronted by our rival. And he will probably have a team of 6 Pokemon that are all like around level 9 or so, ready to clap us up.
Yep.
So we're gonna want to get all of our encounters in this area and grind them up a bit, so we have like a nice full team of 6 Pokemon before moving on. There should be the TM for hidden powers in here. TMs are still one use of this generation, unfortunately. Oh yeah, we have to fight these guys, and they normally have like a level 10 Abra. This might have been a mistake. This might have been an error.
Oh. Ooh.
Although this thing should only have normal type moves. Oh, it's only level 6. Okay, never mind. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Although maybe it has bite actually.
Yikes.
I'm just gonna switch. I think.
The dragon type. The dragon type.
Well, it doesn't have any dragon moves, unless it has Dragon Rage or something.
Does it have Dragon Tail?
Oh, it does have Thrash. Oh, that's locked into Thrash.
Oh no! Oh, it was a crit. Okay, you can survive it. Wait,
I can't. Oh, maybe I should. Yeah, maybe I should have Thunder Waved. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right.
That's okay. You're immune. You're immune here.
Unless, well, if it crit again, it would have been a problem, though, right? So, I don't have Confuse Ray. I don't want to disable that. I'm just gonna Nightshade and hope I can. Hopefully, it doesn't have Bite. Is the main thing. If it has Bite, we could be in serious trouble here. Although Kabuto resists Thrash, it doesn't get crit, so it looks like it only is Thrash.
I'm so glad it's. Oh wait. Yeah, I was gonna ask: is it still locked into it, or is it just choosing?
I think it's just choosing Thrash over and over. Yeah. Okay, that was a little scary.
All right, looks like we. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You really made me jump. That one.
Yeah, it made me jump a bit. I thought these things were level 10 actually. That would have been.
I thought he was gonna give us the TM.
I forgot you have to fight them for it first. Actually, I don't know how that slipped my mind. You have to fight both of them.
See, you need to put another few hundred hours into Pokemon Diamond, and you would have known.
I would have. Actually, before we fight the other ones, should probably go ahead. Oh, do you have to? You don't have to fight.
Yeah, so we should cut it here.
Yeah, cut it here, and then we'll get our other encounters in the next episode before we fight the other one.
All right, sounds good.
All right, hope you guys enjoyed this next episode. Feels like we didn't make a ton of progress, but that's because we grinded for like half the episode, and
yeah, we built up our powerful team of electives, and tune in for the next episode, and please do leave a like and subscribe if you want to see this community grow.
Absolutely.
Yeah, next one.